Okay, and good morning and welcome to Wednesday the 24th of February's maths for today. So again, if you remember this week, we are looking at 3D shape. So we've already talked about the names of them, we've begun to describe them, and then today we're going to think about sorting. Okay, but as always, we're going to do a quick little warm-up. And again, as a bonus, what's the name of this shape up here? So compare the numbers using these symbols. So what are these symbols? This is smaller than, less than. This one is greater than, or the same as. And then you're going to complete this sentence. 50 is 1 something, then 49. So thinking about more or less. What number bond does the tens frame show? And then how many pairs are there? Okay, so pause the video here and have a little go at those. So the bonus one then, what's this shape? This is a cylinder. Well done, I'm sure lots of you said that. Comparing these two numbers. So we've got 29 and 42. So they are both 2-digit numbers. We can look at the tens. This one's got 2 tens, this is 4 tens. I know that 2 tens is smaller than 4 tens, so I know that 29 is smaller than 42. And then complete this sentence. 50 is 1 more than 49. Okay, what number is bonds showing? So I'm going to count the red counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's showing 8. Add how many yellow ones? 2 equals 10. And then looking at the pairs, I know there's 5 in each one, so double 5. 5 add 5 is 10. Brilliant. I'm sure again lots of you got those right. So moving on then, so we're thinking that this week, aren't we, about 3D shapes? So let's just quickly go over the names again. So what's this one? This one is a triangular prism. I can hear you all saying it. This one is a cylinder. This one is a cone. This is a sphere. This one is a cuboid, excuse me there. This one is a cube, and this is a square-based pyramid. Well done, and as I say, I expect lots of you remembered some of those. If you remembered all of them, brilliant, that's fantastic. If you only remember some of them, that's fine as well, don't worry about it. Okay, so we're thinking about sorting groups. So having a look at these two groups, we've got A and B. How have they been sorted? So they've been sorted into, all these shapes are spheres, and these are all cuboids. So obviously the cubes ones doesn't need to be used. So it's been sorted into spheres and cuboids. Okay, so looking here then, we've got cuboid, cylinder, cone. So I'm going to sort them. So cuboid, all the cuboids I need to put in here. So remember, we've also got some everyday objects that are cuboid shaped. So I've got my cereal packet. I've got a Lego piece. Is a cuboid. These might be some of the things that you found when you were doing your shape hunt. A tissue box is a cuboid shape. And then we've obviously got the shape there to help us. What about cylinders? So can of soup, you might have found some other cans in your cupboard. We've got a Pringles, you know, the crisp tube. Some of you might have used one of those when you were making your lighthouses. We've got a toilet roll or a kitchen towel roll, and then we've got the shape there to help us. So cone, okay, so there's a cone. We've got a sort of a party hat, and then this is a cornetto, which is a cone shape. So that's how we've sorted them. Again, thinking about some of those real life objects that are those 3D shape. So 3D means 3-dimensional, means you can pick it up, you can hold it. Some people also say solid, it's something that you can pick up and hold. So how could we sort these shapes? Okay, we've got to sort them into two groups. Now, if we look at them, we've got a cuboid, cylinder, sphere, cube, cube. We've got a cylinder, we've got a sphere, we've got another cylinder, we've got a cuboid. So we can't really go cuboid, cylinder, because we've got spheres and cylinders. We've got three different types of shapes. So I'm going to think about what they're like. So I might think about, if I've got my cylinder and I've got my sphere, I could roll them. So I might put up here shapes that roll. Okay, and then here it's going to be shapes that don't roll. Okay, so all my shapes here roll. So then I can roll that along. If I put it on its side like that, I can then roll that along, can't I? So there's my cylinder. A ball definitely rolls. Football definitely rolls. And again, I've got my can there, I can roll it. If I put it on its side, it will roll. All of these don't really roll. You can move them along. They more sort of slide, really. So we could say shapes that roll, shapes that don't roll, or shapes that slide. We could have here. Okay. Or again, another way we could do it, we could say shapes that have curved faces or surfaces. Okay. And here shapes that have flat. Shapes that have flat faces. Okay, so I've sorted them two different ways, thinking about that. Okay, let's have a look here. So here it says here that Harry says that he sorted his shapes, and he's saying that in his collection C is the only shape that isn't a cone. So he's saying that this one is not a cone. Do you agree? Explain your answer. So have a think about that. Is C a cone or not? So Harry is incorrect. That means he's wrong, because C is also a cone. It's just arranged in a different orientation. That means it's just positioned differently. All these are up this way, and that one looks like it's upside down, but it is still a cone. So today then, it was very difficult. I was going to think about sorting shapes, but it depended on whether you have 3D shapes in your house. You might be able to do that if you want to as an extension. You might be able to sort some 3D shapes objects. Or here we just want to decide, so that's why they're lettered. We've got pyramid, cube, cylinder, cone. Which letter goes into which table? And again here, match the labels to the group. So what is A? What are B? What are C? They've been sorted into groups, but what are all of those in there? What are all of those in there? And what are all of those in there? And here you've got a group. Which one of these, A, B, so you've got A, B or C, which one of these shapes would fit in this group? So that's your silver activity. Your gold activity is here, is thinking about which shape is the odd one out. Find two possibilities. So thinking about here, what is the odd one out? So it could be to do with the shape, it could be to do with the colour. And again down here, tick the shape that belongs in this group. Okay. And then your platinum, it says at D, it says is the only shape that isn't a cuboid. Is she correct? Is Mia correct? She's saying that that is not a cuboid. And then I have to put an extension sort of for the guy. If you're able, then you could sort some 3D shapes objects into two groups. So thinking about some of those objects you had around your house. That's only if you're able to. Don't worry if not, that's just an extension. So as I say, you might want to pause the video here and then we'll move on with the answers. So there you go, there's the answers for the silver activity. And here are the answers for the gold and the platinum activities. I'm hoping that you've had some fun. I'm hoping that you're beginning to really understand and name those 3D shapes. That's the most important thing really, is naming and recognizing those 3D shapes.